No matter how much strength, no matter how much power a butterflyer has, if they're not executing their kick timing correctly and effectively, they're always going to be limited in the amount of speed they can create and how long they can hold that speed. Hi everyone, Andrew here, helping you help your swimmers get faster. And in this video, we're going to explore butterfly kick timing and one of my favorite strategies for help swimmers learn that timing, which is one-arm butterfly. Let's check it out. So timing is more important than power in butterfly. The legs are critical for helping swimmers recover the arms. The legs are also critical for helping swimmers maintain alignment. But it's not just having a strong kick that really matters, it's having a well-timed kick. So the kick definitely does move the hips forward down the pool, helping swimmers with propulsion, but it also helps the hips move up. And so how does that matter in terms of timing? Well, when swimmers pull, the body's going to rise up, the arms are going to come back, and the hips are going to sink. But the swimmer has to get the arms up out of the water. Well, how do they do that? They kick, and now the hands are at the surface of the water, and they can be recovered over the water. Without that kick, it's probably not happening. The other aspect is during the arm recovery, during the breath, the body is moving down the pool at an incline, which means lots of resistance. After the breath, the body starts to come back in line, and that process can be really accelerated by kicking hard. Boom, the hips come up, now they're back in line. And so without those kicks, it's going to be really, really difficult to achieve those two objectives. It's going to be hard to get the arms out. It's going to be hard to get ready and back in line for the next stroke. Can you make it happen without the kicks? Yeah. However, that's going to be slower swimming, and that's going to be a whole lot more fatiguing swimming. So not only are swimmers not going to be able to create much speed, they're going to get tired really fast, and that's going to penalize them as well. So having a great kick, and more importantly, having great kick timing is going to be critical for fast butterfly swimming. So if we watch this swimmer here, the kick right here, boom, that lifts the hips up so that the hands can get out of the water. And then after the arm recovery, boom, that kick there gets the hips back up into alignment so that swimmers can maintain really great speed and minimize the amount of resistance they're creating. So again, this kick here, boom, you can see the hips rise up to the surface. Without that kick, that's not happening. The hands are going to be way deep. They're not recovering the arms. And then after the recovery, boom, that kick there gets the hips back up into alignment in order to minimize resistance. So two really important kicks to lift the hips at that point of the stroke, and then there in the stroke. And without those kicks, it's going to be a lot more difficult to swim great butterfly because they're going to create so much more resistance, which means so much more work for a lot less speed. So locking in the kick timing is absolutely critical for swimmers to go fast. So it seems simple enough. The skills don't seem super complicated, yet a lot of swimmers really struggle to learn effective kick timing in butterfly. Why? Well, butterfly requires a lot of power. It can't be done slow. It's a ballistic movement, and that makes it really hard to create change. During the pull itself, things happen really fast. During the arm recoveries, things happen really fast. And so it requires a lot of effort. And if swimmers don't get every piece of the timing just right, the whole stroke doesn't really work. And so when things are really hard, as butterfly can be, it's really challenging to try to change things, do things differently, and feel different things in order to get the timing right. The other aspect is that the difficulty of butterfly limits the amount of practice that can be performed. So they can only get so many repetitions before they start to get tired, and it's really difficult to make change within those repetitions. The other challenge is that isolated drills, they often lose the rhythm and timing of the stroke. And while you can isolate certain elements of it, what we're really trying to do is figure out how to make them all work together. So we need to have activities that resemble butterfly in terms of rhythm and timing, or else it simply isn't going to be an environment where they can learn the correct skills that they need to learn. So we have to find a way to make butterfly happen a little bit slower and with a little bit less effort, and we have to find a way to retain the essential rhythm and timing of the stroke because those are the skills that we're trying to improve. What's the solution? Swim one-arm butterfly. So it has the same rhythm as butterfly, but you reduce the intensity demands, and it gives them more time to figure out what to do. They don't have to be exactly perfect, and they can be a little bit more patient in the front and in the back and still have the right timing, still have the right rhythm. And so it allows them to keep things really simple. They can just kick when the hands enter to get those hips up, and then they can kick when the hands exit to get the hips up so that they can recover the arms. They don't have to try to manage all these different components of the stroke to make it work. They can just focus on those key timing elements of the kick, and that sets them up in order to execute that same great timing when they actually swim full stroke butterfly. One thing you can do to change the challenge is to alter the position of the arm that isn't pulling. So you can have them go arm up when they're swimming, or you can have them go arm by their side when they're swimming with a non-working arm. It's going to be a little bit flatter stroke when the arm is up. It's going to be a little bit more undulation when the arm is down. That's not good or bad. It's just different, and it can be more effective or less effective depending on what you're seeing with your swimmer or what you want to try to do. So again, this is a really effective strategy because it maintains the same timing and rhythm of the stroke, but it makes it easier for swimmers to make it happen, which is what we're really looking to accomplish. So we'll check out what it looks like, and it's just like butterfly, it's just one arm at a time. And so the swimmer is moving with pretty good rate here. If he wanted to, he could really slow it down and really focus on the kick timing and really make sure he locks it in. So the kick happens when the hands exit, happens when the hands enter, and that's going to help him feel and discover the rhythm that we're looking for, and then he can make that transition to regular full stroke butterfly. So you decide to use one arm butterfly. How can you help swimmers learn more? First strategy is that you can use performance challenges. Have them go fast, have them use different stroke rates, have them use different stroke counts, and all those different variations are going to challenge them to swim in different ways and in more effective ways. You can use resistance. That's going to force them to be more effective with the timing. It's going to force them to be more effective with the kicks in order to get their hips up. You can have them change their hand posture. You can use closed fist. You can do OK sign. You can hold paddles in different ways. That's going to change the challenge. You can change the feet. You can have them wear drag socks. You can have them wear both. That's going to change what they feel on the legs, and that can be really useful for helping them better feel the timing. It creates more awareness of what the feet are doing. You can change the arms like we talked about. You can go arm up, you can go arm down, and you can just use all of these different variations in all sorts of different combinations. The idea here is that the more ways you challenge the skill and the more way you challenge that one drill, the more effective they're going to learn and the more robust and resilient the skills are going to be that they actually do learn. And ultimately, that's what we want, really effective skills that hold up under pressure. So here are a few sets to improve butterfly kick timing with one-arm butterfly. You can go 8 rounds through, 51 arm fly, descend 1 to 4, 5 to 8 to strong, and then a 25 butterfly strong effort. So they're hitting the timing on the 51 arm, and they're trying to get faster, execute that timing faster, execute it a little bit tighter as they go, and then they're going to try to apply that with the 25 fly. Next set is 3 rounds through. They're going to go 10 25s. They're going to go 2 one-arm butterfly with fins, strong. They're going to go 2 with fins and drag socks, 2 with drag socks, 2 with no equipment, and then 2 25s butterfly strong. So we're changing the feet here, and by interacting with the water in different ways with the feet, we're helping them better feel, become more aware of what their legs are doing and how the timing of their legs and their arms is influencing how they swim. At the end, they get 2 25s butterfly to put it all together. Last set, they're going to go 3 rounds through, 51 arm fly. They're going to descend 1 to 3 at the same stroke rate. So they can't pick up their stroke rate, so they have to be more effective with those kicks and their arms, and they have to time it all better in order to create that speed. 2 25s butterfly, the second one is faster. Again, same stroke rate, so they're going to have to work on creating more speed without picking up the arms. That means better timing, more effective skills. Then they're going to go 350s one-arm butterfly, descend 1 to 3 at the same stroke count. It's the same idea, except now they can't take more strokes. And again, 2 25s butterfly, number 2 is faster at the same stroke count. So we're using the one arm to help them find the groove, help them find the timing, and then we're asking them to swim effectively with full stroke butterfly. So it's a great tool to simplify the stroke while retaining the essential elements of the stroke, and that makes it a really powerful strategy for helping to improve kick timing in butterfly. If you want to know all the solutions to help to improve kick timing in butterfly, check out the video below.